Do you never find yourself on winning streaks no matter what you do? Well, in today's video, I'm going to fix that for you because I'm going to go over the exact blueprint and strategy that I utilize to take this exact trade setup I caught out on YouTube live stream completely for free in front of all you guys yesterday. Not only this banger long, but also this long and short, and of course the New York session trades taken, and currently on a 5-trade winning streak. Just jump straight into it. So again, if you want to check out proof that I did take this trade, called it out on live, here's the YouTube video to check out. Stream 1 day ago. This is the title. Click through it, and I believe it's towards like the 50-ish minute mark. You can find the exact setup I called out, and I gave 2 TPs for everyone, right? I said either you want to just fully exit at the conservative TP, which is about 4.75 risk reward, or you hold for the entire expansion target, which I told everyone I was holding for the full target up here. So you guys know I don't take partial trades on my trading strategy and system. I don't like partialing. I don't really believe in partialing just because it messes up your risk reward ratio significantly. Therefore, I usually hold the entire position. I mean, literally entire position towards either my TP, stop loss, or break even 99% of the times. And as you can see, price almost gets close to our stop loss, but I know how trades work. I know how the market moves, and that's why I always give it a breathing room of at least 1 tick below my stop loss at all times, on ES specifically, actually. So stuff like this does not happen. You don't get taken out because equal lows on your broker, even I believe on fund accounts, it will execute a stop loss, even though technically it didn't go past that low because of how increments work and pricing works on ES. Nonetheless, let's jump straight to going to a trade. So this first one is during ADA session here. This is a straightforward trade. I'm going to go back in replay mode here real quick so we can see everything here. Clear as day. But essentially this first setup here is just waiting for price to come out to 50% of the range. The range is this low to this high. I don't see much really else here aside from this low to this high. We took out pre-stay low, keeping that in mind. I took this trade off a flip. Once we mitigated the flip right here, which I marked right here, again, when it makes equal pricing, it's mitigated because that's the exact point at which the mitigation occurs. I don't care too much about the body and the inside here. I care about the exact mitigation point, and so should all of you guys. And so right here, it mitigated, and then boom, I just take my IFEG setup. If you don't know what that is, here is the IFEG. All right, you just wait for a body closure above. So you cannot enter here because it's equal pricing. You want to make sure it's a nice body closure above. So that's nice body closure above. Enter there, stop loss, breathing room. Where's my TP? You know, since we're bullish, I'm targeting weak highs, and I see all this as trend line liquidity, right? Because all of this is fully mitigated price action, even including this high here. But all this is trend line liquidity to get taken out. So clear as day target, basically taking that high out. And then after we take out that high out, I actually went for shorts. And you know what? Let's go over why I took shorts. I explained all this on live stream for those that did attend, but explain it again. Let's go back and replay here so you guys can see everything. But essentially the reason why I took shorts on ES is because I saw this 1 hour supply. We have this 1 hour supply on NQ that caused this massive break structure to the downside, right? Aside from the origin all the way back up here, we do have this extreme point that has a massive supply zone. And so if we have mass supply right above pre-stay high, I can expect some sort of downside move before we continue further higher. Hence, that's why I marked here and noted on my chart, and I feel like you guys should too. You know, whenever you notice things in the markets, I recommend you write it on your chart so you don't forget. But nonetheless, this is a setup here. I just took my OB entry model right here. So there's OB. I took off the OB entry model and then went for 3 sword. If you don't understand so far in this video, like what flips and origins are, you don't understand liquidity, you don't understand the entry models, I highly recommend you click the link down below for essentialtradersuniversity.com, where I'll teach you the exact strategy, how to find these mechanical setups within the 100 sword course and mentorship. But aside from that, let's get straight back to the video. So again, 3 sword and 3 sword, this is 6 risk sword. Again, yes, you could target further down here because there is a 1 hour demand. But me personally, I was okay with just having a conservative TP because I know this is a counter trend setup. But this is a higher probability counter trend setup because we're in higher time frame supply after taking out liquidity. But after that, basically, I did not take this long here, right? And I was even telling people on stream too that I'm anticipating price to continue further down because look, we have 1 hour demand. So if I go to the 1 hour here, let me just refine it real quick with holding control as a magnet tool. If you don't know how to magnetize like this on TradingView, just hold down control on your keyboard if you're on Windows. And just a quick little pro tip, you can magnetize to whatever price point you want, so it's very precise. That's the 1 hour. Go into 30-minute. There's nothing on the 30-minute. 30-minute did not get hit. Okay, let's go to the 15-minute. 15-minute did not get hit, but look at this. This is a POC. All right, so this is a POC because this internal structure is looking like this, and we break above this internal structure. This is an internal structure break within a gap. So this is your gap. This is your internal structure break. This is the POC. Once we hit the POC here, aka the 1 hour in this case, I was waiting for price to give me confirmation to go to the upside, and this is when I called out on stream that I was gonna take this setup here and take it to the upside, holding for the full TP. Again, if you want to just go for conservative TP, we hit the conservative TP on stream. Otherwise, for those that held, you'd have to hold throughout 6 hours. And so because this is 8 session, very late for my time zone at least. Some people maybe it's not, but for me it's very late. I'm not sitting here on stream for holding for this trade for 6 hours, right? I turn off stream, I told everyone I'm still in this trade, I'm gonna hold it and we'll see what happens. And I woke up to an absolute banger, man. Absolute banger trade. Again, if you want to see my analysis in live time, feel free to go and rewatch the video, rewatch the stream, go watch the stream. But this is basically what the trade was, man. Nothing much else to it. We hit 1 hour demand and we just target the next high. That's it. So those are the 3 trades here. Okay, this is easy over 10 risk reward here, just off 3 winning setups. Now let's go over to New York session setups. So if the indicator loads, I think this is, yeah, New York session kill zone is right here. All right, so there was definitely very nice setups earlier in the day that I missed. All right, there was a setup where we swept London session low using my indicator here. We tapped into the 30-minute. This should be roughly the 30-minute refined. If we go to the 30-minute, it should be the 30-minute. Let's see. Close enough. The 30 minutes right here. We tapped into the refined PY right below, sweeping liquidity. This is a A+ setup. This is like the best potential setup you could have gotten on this day. Unfortunately, I missed this trade. All right. Some of you guys might have been waiting for the retracement here. Using my entry model, you would have missed it. Or use the IFG setup here. And your stop loss would be here for aggressive. Something roughly around this, and then you just target highs. So you can target this break structure, which is auto marked by an indicator, or you go look to the left and target something else. But usually I like to just target the nearest high or low. Unless I have very high conviction we are going to go bullish, which in this case I had very high conviction that we're going to create new all-time highs, which as you can see, here's all-time highs. We just created new all-time highs, right? New all-time highs. And you know what's crazy, guys, about this is I called this out literally the day before on stream. When we were taking this long setup that I told you guys on stream, I literally told everyone that, I was seeing price, if it wants to go bullish, it will take out all-time highs. Now, who would have thought it would have taken out all-time highs the next day I said that on stream? I would not have known. I was more so anticipating this to happen later down the week, but it happened today. So nonetheless, didn't bother me. Just missed an amazing long here, honestly. Whoever that held towards all-time highs, congrats to you, man. This is like A+, A+, A+ textbook, man. You can easily achieve a very high win rate just trading this only A+ model here. I trade A and A+ setups mainly for the most part. Sometimes I have B+, but most times I'm only trading A and A+ setups. And my win rate's around 60% at a 3 to 4 average. And so if you're just trading only A+, I'm sure you can get the win rate and optimize it up to a 70% at 3, which is killer. But keep in mind, you will miss certain setups because you're going to be waiting for A+, and A+ doesn't happen every single day. It just doesn't. So your trade frequency will be lower, so something to keep in mind. But now that I've missed this trade here, again, this trade here is not something I'd really prefer taking. But we are very bullish. So later I just saw prices start accumulating. We just started creating a lot of time theory here. If you don't know what time theory is, I cover it within the course. Not going to cover it too much here. It'll be too long of a video, but essentially applying time theory here with internal structure and the way price is delivering. We're anticipating a trend day at this point. So I was looking at this as a potential trend day. For people that are looking for price to come back to 50%, it's just not going to happen. On trend days like this, it's just not going to happen. Price is not going to come back to 50% because if you look to the left, not to the left, where is it? I think it was the 4 hour, was it? There was another time frame I was peeking at on stream, I believe, the other day. It might have been these two lines. I'll have to check what those are later. But nonetheless, the point is how price delivers on the 1 minute gives you keys and insights on how you want to be trading the ranges. And when price creates these new internal ranges like this, you trade this new internal range. And this is one of those situations where this doesn't happen every single day. This is more of a 1 out of 10 times, maybe even less at times. Since we're trading at new all-time highs, you can expect trend days to occur more frequently, where we just internally trend like this. But usually if we don't, key signs that we won't have trend days will be if you see multiple times where we do have 50% retracements. So imagine we didn't have trend days and we had something like this. Then yes, you'll be trading, obviously waiting for 50%. But if price continuously makes new internal structure like this using time theory here, you're following the trend. So that's all I did here. Guess what? I took the short here. This is counter trend. The reason why I took the short was because I found it off the 30-minute here. So we have a 30-minute PY here. I'll just mark this for you guys so you guys can see it better. That's the line I drew. That's the 30-minute there. And I took a short, just a quick scalp, a one-to-one scalp. The reason why? Well, because I know this is a trend day. And trend days, you're not going to get price come back to 50%. You're just going to get stopped out or hit break even. I'd rather secure my profit there and then take the continuation. So I hit TP for Wonder Sword and I immediately took the stop under setup here. Why? Because this low made a new high. There's also another low here, so I did cover both just to be safe prior to mitigation, right? Because the next PY is down here, but I'm not anticipating price to do this necessarily. I'm just waiting for price to take this internal low out to expand higher, because when price trends, it will trend. Especially on a trend day like this, you're never gonna get price come back to 50%. You're just gonna miss out on a lot of P&L and profit. Now, you do have decisions here in terms of, you can just say and tell yourself and decide, you know what, if I see a trend day, I'm just not gonna trade. That's completely fine. There's nothing wrong with just not trading at all if you see a trend day. But when you're able to recognize price action in live time and recognize using time theory and how price is delivering internal structure, you can take advantage of these days. And these days you can make so much money. Like, there's money to be made. There's nothing there. I see money to be made here. I mean, there's endless opportunities on trend days, to be honest, to be taking so many multiple setups. You can scale in, scale out, all sorts of things. But nonetheless, Wonder Sword just scalping. Key lesson for you guys, because I see some of you guys counter trending a lot, but you're going for crazy targets. And it doesn't make sense to me. Yes, sure. Sometimes we do take out lows before going higher. Not in a trend day, but sometimes we do take out external lows and sweep and go higher. That's your A+ setup to go long, right? But the thing is, how often do A+ setups happen like this? I tell you guys, man, it doesn't happen that often. That's why they're high probability A+ setups. So you want to focus on conservative TPs. This is conservative TP. I just take the stop under setup, right? If I want to draw a structure here, draw something like this, and just take it, and my TP was slightly above this high. You can TP at the high for 2-year sword. I was just looking for a little juice out a little bit more because I know it's a trend day. And also, this is very close to market closure. I don't usually hold past 3:45 p.m. EST. Therefore, I wouldn't be holding for this. Otherwise, usually I will hold for this, right? This would be if this was like not near closing, I don't mind holding my full position to this draw or even potentially just PY above, because that's where price is heading to, because highs are going to be weak in a bullish market when you look to the left. You can only see it does indeed hit, but only like a few minutes before market closure at 4. And so I was fine with just exiting a little bit earlier for 3 of swords, slightly above that high right here. So hope you guys do enjoy today's trade recap, man. As you can see, we are trading at new all-time highs now. Absolutely amazing. If you guys do find a lot of value in this, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share what your favorite key takeaway is from today's video. Hope you guys did learn something about how to trade trend days like these. And again, watch the welcome to YouTube video if you're completely new to my YouTube channel. Otherwise, check the links down below for a free Discord server and the course and mentorship. And I shall see all of you guys in there, man. Peace.